collect this or not.
What jars have they used, do you know?
I think we got lots of doors, so I think
I know, I mean, what jars?
Sorry, that's what I meant to say. I think we've only got one slurp used.
Can you guys let me know which ones are burned or sampled? That one's got a lot of stuff in it.
We have a sample in jar 1 and 3.
1 and 3, right?
And carbonate rock in slurp 2. There's only some sediment in 4, but there's no sample.
Right. Which one can I use then? Sorry, I lost the thought.
You can use 4, 5,
Fours?
6, 7, yeah.
You're all right with that sediment? I can try and blow it out of there.
Oh, it's fine. We can leave it. My question, though, with the coral in its position and whatnot, is this a good place to get one?
Yeah, I think I can. Well, I'll move Herc a little to the left.
Okay.
Now that we got some leash. See how it looks. Okay, Amber, go wide for us. You can center up the camera for me. That'd be great. Pen right.
Copy.
Keep going. That's good. Tilt up. Actually, put the porch out just a bit for me.
Copy.
That's good. Perfect. Thanks. And just get tilt up a hair. Auto adjustment complete. Do you have any more pen, right?
Yes, that's it.
And then tilt up a bit. We'll have Amber zoom in. Oh, come on. I gotta move just a little bit. Okay, tilt up. Push in there, Amber, please. Oh, there's some big jaws for them little tiny critters there.
You don't like it when I make your life easy.
I can just grab one, obviously, and then not try and snip.
No, yeah, you're going to end up with the whole thing, totally.
Right.
And like I said, if this spot is not conducive, this is fairly common. I imagine we can find a better spot.
Go wide for a second. Is that one on the top left? Is that?
That looks like the same thing, likely, yeah.
Pen left and get it a little tighter on the. Yeah, that one. Okay.
Want to zoom in there?
Yes, please. Yeah, that looks a little more likely. Okay, call that.
Do you want to stay zoomed or go wide?
You can stay zoomed.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. It's a shadow. Ah, still got some of the last sample there. Yeah, right, just to drop that, or you want that in the box with the other one? That was, what did we get last? We got the big bushy black one?
Yeah, that was the big bushy black one in the front right.
So I can let go of this, you got quite a bit of it?
Yes. And we're only a few meters away from where we collected it, so I'm not worried about transplanting it somewhere it wouldn't be naturally.
You got any more zoom, Amber?
I got a little more.
Yeah, give me what you got. Tilt up just a hair, dude.
I'm going to zoom in a little bit on your Atalanta.
Roger. Hey, look, you can get a still with a manipulator in there.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Dan. I don't think these are too small. I don't see any way we're gonna effectively get these without clear cutting the entire.
Yeah, there would definitely be some collateral damage.
Yep. Let's look for a better spot.
Roger.
Going wide on your Atalanta.
Roger. I'm gonna come back to the north a bit here, Jade.
So, Harold, do you feel like that since we're on top and maybe a little bit more on the east now, it's gotten a little bit sparser?
Superficially, I would say so.
Look down just a bit.
I think we had
So I come back.
also maybe some more complex terrain on the other side.
That's fair.
Some larger cliffs, larger boulders. Yeah, I'm not sure. Are you thinking we maybe try and head back towards those denser areas?
Oh no, I was totally. I would actually like to run until we find the edge, and it tapers off to like no more corals, just to try and understand the distribution of them across this feature.
For sure. Okay.
Sorry.
You could switch the jar cam back to the rail cam.
Copy.
Make sure I don't run into anything on my starboard side here.
It's a pretty big urchin there.
Yeah, I mean, we looked. I think you were at dinner, and we got a good look at one.
I think I saw that.
Another Bathopathes with a associate anemone living in it.
Look up just a touch for me. Atlanta up. Yeah, beauty.
Coming up on a bit of a steeper feature.
Yeah, maybe. I can't quite work it out yet. Hopefully. Sonar says we are.
There's another Another one of these really high density individual boulders. Look at all the crinoids.
Crinoid City.
Here's another Oreo. You can see it in the lower camera.
What are you calling the Oreo?
That's just, what are we calling it?
I'm not sure what one you're looking at.
Oh, it's in the cinema camera.
Top left.
Top left.
Now out of focus. Now out of screen. Look, it's a fish.
Similar
okay.
one we've been seeing.
You want to go look at it, or
No.
That's all right. Yeah.
Sorry, now I remember the Oreo fish discussion. Okay. See if you can look to your right for me a bit, Jaden. And come up just a bit. Maybe you can get some light on what's out there.
What was that second part?
Oh, Ember just lightened it up. You can come up just a bit, a couple meters. Make your altitude 15. We do try and stay in the teens.
So there's more Anelepsami and Madrepora, Primnoid. These look like the same corals we were just trying to collect that might be easier access.
Yeah. See if it wants to, that's a little tight. Play around with your camera and your height there to get our beauty shot again, please. While I try and figure out what button to push here. Push in a bit for us, Ember. See if we see any likely suspects here. I think those ones in the top right might be doable, eh?
Yep. Take your pick.
Oops, wrong button, sorry. I made my camera too hot again, playing with the slurp.
Actually, I can't quite tell, is this colony attached to these zoanthids? I think they're attached to different things.
We got some more zoom, I think.
Yeah, you want
But
more?
I wouldn't mind both of them.
That's max soon.
Yeah, if you want to just try and like grab all of that.
Sure, did you turn the props up on the pen and tilt too on the HD?
I don't think so.
This will be a snip and slurp, so we'll need the jar cam. And you will have to crank the PRV up.
So we're not sure if it's growing on the zoanthids?
They wouldn't be growing on the zoanthids. The zoanthids might be growing on them, or they might be both growing on the same thing. And I don't know if you're going to be able to...
I might, let me try another angle here.
You might be able to literally just start with the suction sampler and use the tickler and knock it off the rock.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't know if I can get it up that high, but I'll try.
Or you can go, if it's easier, is this easier? Way out in front?
And I can't see from here. Pushing again for a samber. Alright, it's hard to say with us till we get there.
Okay.
It might be challenging to get drag that hose up there.
Oh yeah, no, I sorry, I didn't mean, didn't mean the slurp all the way up there. I meant if you just stint out and had the jaws down, you might be able to clip up there or try and slurp on the other side. I don't care which way you do it, whatever's easier. I thought that one might just be easier for your wrist angle.
Yeah, got that hangy downy wrist there.
Sometimes you really don't realize how small these corals are until you see the manipulator arm next to them.
You got any more zoom there?
Yeah, I have it.
That's good, thanks. Ooh, that's still fast. I got turn it back down. We turned it up for slurp action. I didn't think I'd be moving the camera again, sorry. It's going to be a bit of a blind grab because the wrist is going to block it when I come down here, I think.
There we go. Perfect.
Got something.
Nice.
Okay, Emmer, you can go wide for me. Jaden, you can see if I can get out of here first. We're doing the crap salute here. Okay, you can tilt down and show me the slurp nozzle with the HD camera.
Copy.
Perfect. You'll have to pan right as much as you got there. Is that all the pan right we got?
Yeah.
You can crank the, yeah, you can turn them up. Perfect.
Yeah, there's a lot of sand in that one.
Actually, wait a second. Can we not put it, sorry, let's not put in all the sediment if you don't mind.
Roger, what other jar do we
Slurp
have?
5.
Okay. That's going to be counterclock. You already know that. Yeah, turn that one on for a minute. Let it blast out.
It's on.
Full jam, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell because the vehicle's down to 1,800 PSI. Just makes the manipulator act like it's stuck in molasses or something. Give the porch a bump for me, a bump out.
You said bump it out.
Yeah, just a touch. That's good, thanks. Come on, Herc, don't go anywhere.
Ta-da! Excellent, thank you.
Nice.
All right, and the tentative ID on that is Swiftia.
Okay. Do you want me to try to clear the sediment out of that other jar, Dan?
Not at the moment. I need some control here. You can tilt the camera back up and
Copy.
put it back to its normal spot for me. And stow the porch when you're got a moment. Did it go in the jar? I wasn't watching the jar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It did.
Sweet.
Oh, can we look at this, please? Down here?
Yeah. The brain rock.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is,
Tilt down a bit for us.
That's interesting.
Copy.
this is fossil shallow water coral. So this is a submerged. At some point in geological history, this area was in, only a few tens of meters deep for this type of coral to grow, or it has potentially been transported here, but I doubt that that came from very far away. So an interesting piece of evidence in the geologic history of this this feature we're diving on. All right, thank you.
You want a close-up of it?
No.
And it's also there in fuzzy
No, that's
focus on the... All right. Pen left a bit for me. That's good. Perfect. Could tilt up just a hair, too. Tilt up a bit more. We'll look at that rock there.
Can we look at the sea star, please, on the sponge?
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
So myself and a collaborator have a very long-term project going on trying to document different examples of sponges and corals getting eaten.
Sorry, I'm laughing because some of the samples... Are you talking about Steve?
Steve's kind of in on it now. More someone you probably don't know, Randy Rogen. But yeah, Steve
ahead,
is
Amber.
also kind of
Push
in
it
on
there.
the project too. So
Yep. You want to try a shot from the backside and see if it's got its stomach out?
yeah, if it's doable.
So what type of
It will
sea
completely
stars
gross
This is a
me
type
out.
of goniastrid sea star, climbing up this old not very healthy looking sponge. Oh, no. But there were some stoloniferous corals and stuff on there as well that it might be dining on. Coral livery is one of the predation of corals is one of those kind of interesting things that's a little bit overlooked, even in shallow water. That if you don't know what you're looking for, it's pretty easy not to see it. But once you start looking for it, it's everywhere.
Tilt up for me, Jade.
Copy.
A little more. I can tilt up a bit more. Try and look under here and see if we can see through. Okay, Amber, go ahead and zoom in there.
Alrighty.
We can hold that for a second.
I've lost where it even is on the backside.
Just above me here. I'm just
Okay.
waiting for her to float up.
I'd be blocked. Maybe that right where the lasers are.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think we're going to get a good look at it. But it certainly got enough of a view of it to get an idea on both the sponge and the star.
Okay.
Did you see those purple stuff
Tilt
on
back
it?
down for me.
Is that coral?
Yep, that's a coral. That's a stoloniferous coral.
Copy. More. Do you want me to tilt down more?
Yep. I have that up on that computer downstairs. It's up on the computer downstairs. Oh, yeah. Thanks for asking. I would have known what was happening, probably.
So lots of different corals here, but all corals, I feel like we've done a pretty good job imaging and/or have collected so far. Not seeing much on the new side right here. So why don't we continue on?
Roger. Ready for 20 or 30 northish? No, we're just following the local terrain here. We're kind of following this feature. Some dedication there, Master Jake Bonney up 4 hours after his watch, programming a jaw lock function for us on the stream deck. Live it, breathe it. Live it, breathe it, eat it. Above and beyond effort, Master Jake. So did he completely give up on his PhD?
No.
He's still
doing it.
He waffled back and forth a few times.
Yeah.
Did we ever come up with a...
He's coming up with some more ideas that he's more excited about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
He was looking at doing automatic manipulation stuff based on, like, perceptual sensors. So whether that be, like, real-time photogrammetry or multi-beam or whatever, so.
He should, maybe you should talk to Brian. Brian's got some fantastic engineering kind of stuff that might perk Jake's interest.
Wait, me, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh.
You got a whole
Yeah.
encyclopedia of things that...
I have a long wish list of things I want people to build for me.
Yeah.
So Jake is looking for projects that interest him besides a automated kayak.
Okay.
Yeah, he's sick of that.
We've talked about, you know, plenty of things, and I could tell by the look on his face, like some of them when he perks up, and some of them he's like, yeah, that sounds a lot like work.
That's it's a unique looking Regadrella. Different growth form than I'm used to seeing.
One of the biggest smiles I've seen on Jake's face was we put the new valve packs on the vehicle, and he spent many late nights, and he had the Logitech, what is
Yeah.
joy controller, and he managed to get that working to control the Orion, but he had to be within Bluetooth range of his laptop, and his laptop didn't have very good Bluetooth, so he's standing in the mechanical part of the ROV shop. We have the window open, and he's got his laptop there, and it has to be plugged into the network, and so he's going like this, but he's got that thing going, he's moving that Orion all around with a controller.
I learned my lesson
ear
about
grin.
I learned my lesson about using Bluetooth controllers to control robots.
Well, we knew that, and you know, we were eventually...
Jaden knows what I'm talking. Well, Jaden knows of one of the incidents that I'm talking about.
We have the same controller that you can go wireless. We just happen to have that on hand. So I was standing there with my hand on the e-stop on the HPU for like quite a long time while he was testing.
Yep, just had a Oreo float by.
Oreo,
Oh,
nice.
Oreo.
Thank you.
But now we're on the stream deck because we're controlling right now 4 cameras and 2 valve packs with that stream deck.
Can we zoom on this coral, please?
Yeah.
You want me to just keep the moves coming, or are we going to kind of pick our way through this?
If you could keep Atalanta looking at Herc on the...
All right, just do that.
On the with the tether on the current friendly side, which is on our left. So yeah, you could slide to the. Ideally,
interesting,
Atalanta
right?
would be right here.
All right.
Interesting, the tether's
you
not
already-
showing a lot of current. Are you still feeling current?
Nav, 15 meters due north.
It's hard to say now because we're both moving.
Okay.
Ship and Herc are moving.
1-5.
But corals are wafting.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that's me. I don't know. I got a little down trim on. Sorry, what was it? You wanted to zoom on something here?
This white one.
Oh yeah. See, I got a really great memory. It just doesn't last very long.
Some kind of primnoid.
Agreed.
You can push in there, Amber.
These primnoids are, their spicules are huge and super prominent across the entire family. Getting DNA out of them can be quite difficult because you grind them up and you mainly just have silica.
Tilt up a
There's
bit.
extremely little tissue in the individual polyps on these things.
Okay, full zoom there, Amber.
Going in.
I heard polyps. That's all I needed.
Look at the little tiny cute polyps.
They are so cute.
After looking at the guide, I'm going to refrain from taking a stab at this one.
Yeah.
Darn primnoids.
You just you almost think you can tell the genuses apart, and then you try.
Nope.
And then someone on shore always tells you you're wrong. All right, I think we're good. Thank you.
Harold, are you sick of futile focus attempts yet?
Futile what attempts?
Focus.
Futile focus attempts?
Well, I'm trying every time we get an opportunity, but the results are.
If you get
usually
tired
the
or
same.
frustrated with it, we can, Chris is a bit of a shutterbug and he's sitting here on his hands.
Yeah.
He's got idle hands up
Chris,
here.
do you have the buttons in front of you?
He does have the buttons.
Yeah, well you're free to go for it if you want.
Wait.
What's that?
Open. No. Close. Well, yeah, no, you can close the iris.
You can,
I
well,
think
is that
it's
ISO or
the
iris,
ISO.
though?
You think that's the ISO?
I'm fairly certain.
Well,
that
why does it
Rachel
say
mentioned-
close? I've been bamboozled.
And
Okay.
I brought this up specifically, but I think the reasoning was sound for if you're doing
Yeah, no, I
photographs.
get it, but I get it.
it's
But
not.
it should be more.
So, do you want to really go rogue? We could pull up the camera controller itself.
I mean, I can do that. Yeah, I don't think I have what I need here.
We have to, I don't know if Mike's still up. So we can do that, but what could possibly happen is it will take control away from the Stream Deck. When you go to its controller on the web page, you assume control.
Can I bring this screen up over here?
Yeah.
Or how do you get that?
Stocam Nuck.
Is it on here, or do you gotta?
Yeah, you got Stocam Nuck there.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh god.
I do want to keep moving. We're not get too distracted by
No,
the tech.
we're moving all the time.
Oh,
Chris can
there's a
multitask.
fish floating by.
Fish.
Zoom fish.
Yes, please.
Roger.
Looks like
Go ahead, Em.
Is it possible the focus just like
Skill?
is not working at all?
Manual focus is working. It's a bit sluggish.
Because I'm not seeing much of anything going on.
So if you go to give me a second, I'll give you the IP. I think it's, I'm going to say .212 maybe?
looks
On
like
your,
maybe a different
computer of choice.
Pascal. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we saw a few like this before. All right, thanks.
They're all fish to me.
Moving on. I'm gonna come up here and slide this to the west. From underneath you a bit. Did I lie? Is that the right one?
Yeah, that's it.
So, caveat there, when you're in that controller mode, you have all the settings over there,
Yeah.
and it'll give you a warning. Warning, you're taking control. And then the Stream Deck won't work. So you can only have one controller on the camera at a time. It has a micro brain.
Okay.
So it's saying it's controlled by another client. There should be a way to override.
Hang on, let me. You're good position-wise for a minute.
Yep, I'm good. I'll bark at you when I want to move. Okay. Did it give it to you?
Aperture. 14. There we go.
You're just going to jack all the spall settings right up, right out. If you can
I
get the focus working, that's it. And
Exposure value.
you and Johnny Spall can argue about it later. And then if you reset something there, then you have to, I believe, if you don't press any buttons there for about 30 seconds, the controller will give up, and then you'll get it back on the stream deck.
Okay.
Right, you might have to close the window. Roger, coming up. I even have a landing rock here. Give me a half zoom there, please, Amber.
Still cam.
So I think this is some type of pencil urchin, but I having trouble.
Yeah, I'm coming closer all the time, and just put the porch on the rock here, and then we'll get a tight zoom. Okay, you can push in. Oh, wait, Herc. Stop moving, Herc.
Yep, this is some type of pencil urchin.
Tilt down for us, Jaden, so Amber can zoom in tight.
Great, thank you very much.
That is
Interesting looking.
there's a lot of detail there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah. I think I've ever
These
seen
things
one.
have some really crazy biochemistry in the way they can like solidify their muscles to lock themselves into places and stuff like that. And I'd like to look right there before I run too far.
Roger.
I think your focus motor or something is just borked.
It could be. So
Because it like will not, it'll only, yeah, it won't go to like every position.
Roger. All right. That means I got to open the
Yeah.
camera.
Uh,
I have a spare.
exposure.
Maybe we can take it apart later.
Aperture. I can go to like super duper aperture and see if, no.
This big hairy
That
thing? Oh, that little
the
tiny
little white thing right there.
thing. Roger.
I think you got something going on, Dan.
Roger. That's going to be Johnny's.
Because
It's going to throw it right back at my...
like either it's not playing nice with the camera portal, like it's not, like it's not in the right,
Go ahead, Amber. Sorry, Chris.
like it's not in the right position in the housing.
Jaden, can you work the HD? I think it's a little brown splotch there Brian's interested in.
Shore
Do you
side, I'm
want
going to
with
need
it?
help with this one.
Some kind
Do
of
what with it,
scleratinian.
It is.
Never mind. I got it centered up.
Looks like a bunch of cup corals smushed together.
Those little tiny
Tilt down a
white
little.
things?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, they look like
Copy.
little flowers.
Yeah, so I set the aperture all the way up, and it still won't focus. So there's something
Mechanical.
I'd like to
Electrical.
collect
like
that,
the
please.
lens is not.
Roger that, right?
There's something wrong with the optics, I would say.
So they could be cup corals, just aggregated.
It's some kind of scleratinian. That's about all I feel
I'm going to set
comfortable
the
saying
settings
right this
back
second.
more or less to what they were.
Roger. They're all documented. If I cycle power to the camera, they all automatically come back to...
What slurp jar is open?
We have slurp jars 6 and 7. 2 and 4 have sediment in them,
All right,
unintentional.
Can you bump the porch out for me, Jaden?
I'm getting out of here. No more small cams.
You exit the controller.
Yeah,
See if you got it back on or wait 30 seconds or
Yeah,
a minute
no.
or so. It should come back.
no, it's good.
Great.
Spall cam.
So
So my recommendation is slurp and try and knock it off with the slurp nozzle.
Yeah. We used to have a term for that. Oh, smear. Slurp smear.
Slurp smear? Okay.
Maybe that's not quite right. Porch is like a giant diving board. See it? If I get too much on the verts, it like boings us right off the rock. Come on. It's gonna let the current bring us around where it wants to. I don't want to be that far around. I'm gonna have to put some lat in.
Anything in the guide?
I'm not recognizing it in the guide here. It's definitely a scleratinian.
Oh yeah, but that's as far as I can get it.
We'll want to see the jar and get on jar number. I forgot already.
5. No, 6.
We have 6 and
Go
7.
full zoom there for me. Let me get the toys out. And if you get a second, can you make a note in the log that we had a qualified shutterbug poke the WCA camera and he's determined that the focus has an issue, so we'll
Is that a
have to
difference?
pull that camera off
I
and
called
open
it
it up.
cinnamon cam.
Sorry?
I wrote
That's
it
correct.
already, but
Oh, I think you did.
okay.
Like that
Appreciate
is
it.
yellowish, that's a different,
In the center?
yeah?
I, again, am not sure. I think that one just might be dead,
Oh.
and the others might be still alive, the individual polyps. But I have to
Can
admit,
you,
I'm pretty baffled by this one.
Come down just a couple meters for me.
Copy.
Give me a little more slack there. I'm bouncing
Like
a
I
little
can
out.
think of several shallow water things that look like this, but I am it's a little weird at this depth.
Just one of them has their polyps out.
Yep.
That really
Force.
tiny one.
9.
Oh, the bottom one. Is this the same unknown black coral?
Yes, this looks like the black coral we collected earlier next to it.
Yeah, if they weren't all bunched together, I would say it looks like a
Just a
Caryophylla.
Caryophylla. Yeah, I agree. It's the bunching that's messing with me. And so maybe it is just an aggregation where a whole bunch of cup corals grew together. But
And are they that small usually?
yeah, that's not, they're small.
Okay.
Okay, Jade, give me slurp action there.
Copy.
We're going to test the NinjaFlex TPU versus the rock. Oh, I see it smearing already. So we talked about this, having that TPU on there is going to make it difficult to do what we're trying to do right now. But it seems to be moving out of the way, so. Did you see it go through yet?
No, not yet.
no,
No.
That's still
pretty
there.
stubborn.
Most cup corals break off really easily.
Yeah, as soon as you touch them. I don't think I touched it. Stuck on the rock. Or something went. Let me try a little different angle here. Unfortunately, I can't quite see the end of the slurp, which I would like to.
I think you got everything you're going to get.
I saw another piece fly in there.
Yep.
I can, let me try one more angle
Yeah,
here.
give it one
Brent.
more push. Okay, there's a big piece in there now. I think we
there?
got the majority, yeah. So you want to just call that unidentified scleratinia.
So you're happy? We're done?
Yep.
So I just remembered in our today some of our interactions with some students from Palau. They were asking if any of the sea creatures we've seen are edible. Would you know?
Well,
I don't think many people have tried them, but as a general rule, I would assume that most wouldn't kill you.
Because they're poisonous, or
No, I mean if it's edible in shallow water, I think it's a reasonable expectation. It's probably edible in deep water when it comes to like sea cucumbers and stuff like that. It's probably going to be more gelatinous and maybe not as tasty, but like the fish at this depth are very oily and kind of low muscle tone.
Camera first, Jade.
I don't think from what I've seen of the fish down here and what I've read about them, I would want to eat them. I don't know, Harold, you do more about fish stuff than I do.
yeah, that tends to be the case. As a general rule, the muscles are not very well developed because they're not having to chase after prey, avoid predators, because they live in a dark environment. So what's called the visual interaction, or the reactive distance, is much lower. So a tuna hunting mackerel or sardines can see them from tens to hundreds of meters away.
Ooh,
but
who's in the sponge?
a small
Quick zoom for
bioluminescent
me there,
fish
Amber?
only sees its prey
You copy that?
on the order of, centimeters.
Amber,
So they don't
Yeah.
really have
can
the
you do a
muscles
quick zoom for us?
that shallow fish
See
do,
who's
which
home there.
means not
This
as good.
happens to be at the right angle. I can't work.
So
You
this
got
is
any more?
a sponge called Regadrella,
That pulls up?
we're looking for their trapped shrimp that get in there's the closed operculum there and are trapped for the rest of their life, and you'll end up with a mated pair often living inside of it, and there's something in there.
so they just get in by just going through one of these little
So
holes?
when the sponge is growing, it's still open and it closes over time, and it eventually traps generally one male and one female shrimp inside of it.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh, interesting. I always kind of assumed it was the shrimp larvae get trapped in there and then grow up, or
Tilt up just a
is
bit,
it the
Jade.
sponge growing over the shrimp, or the shrimp
Now
growing
that you say
in the
that, I'm not
sponge?
sure I trust myself
Good.
on that.
No, you're good. Never mind.
Because I imagine the shrimp
Cut the
would
shot.
grow faster than the sponge.
Yeah.
Oh, so that pink thing
Trying
inside
to
is
get
something?
like
That is something,
a few minutes of
I
video
agree.
here.
but
Yeah.
it's a little hard to tell.
It's a shrimp, it looks like.
Shrimp?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yep.
it's color pink?
That's pretty big for being in there too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Science
go on.
savvy.
There's a big squatty up there. Tilt up just a bit for me, Jade.
Copy.
You have that camera control back, Harold, if you want to continue.
It does not seem to be working.
You have no control of it?
Oh, now it's back. I tried it just a minute ago and it was not. Can we look at actually down here, please?
Yeah, right.
Looks like a different stoloniferous coral.
Maybe a sponge?
Or maybe a sponge, that's
Yeah.
also right.
Looks pretty spongy.
No, I think
Okay,
you are
pushing
you are
it.
totally correct. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is gamma something or other. tilt down a little bit, please?
Yeah, I'm trying. My button's not. I need more jam, more beans.
Yeah, I want to say this is gamma. I don't remember what it was. Gamma TD, gamma tet, something like that, I think. All right, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
These are always fun to annotate because you don't know where one starts and the other ends.
Yeah, I would just call that one colony.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, what's our range to waypoint 3.5?
About 20 meters closer than when we started the shift.
65 meters.
Maybe we should pick up the pace a little bit then.
All right.
Roger.
Off to waypoint 3.5.
Yes, please.
Bridge nav. Can we do 40 meters, 040? Big move. Gonna drag Dan over there, kicking and screaming.
You're assuming Brian's not going to change his mind. It's subject to change.
Which is highly likely.
Without notice.
I mean, I could drag the whole watch kicking and screaming.
There's a reason they didn't give me a bridge button back here, so I can't call ship moves in or stop them.
They thought of that.
Yep, I know.
Stop the ship, stop the ship.
Ed was like, I know better than to give scientists bridge access.
It's more fun just to bark orders, Brian. Have your minions do it for you. Is that some manganese encrusting there?
Some, yep.
Just like turned darker? Oh yeah, we also have the scoop net on board. It's a ruggedized version of the little fish net that the lobster didn't like.
Yeah, we've been watching for your great white squat lobster.
Yeah.
So
we've seen a lot of the pneumatic arsinus shrimp on this dive as well, and we're still interested possibly in getting one of those, as well as we see a small rat tail that's maybe in a corner or something.
Yeah.
Could go for that.
Couple black corals, a couple different types of sponge, 3 or 4 different types of sponge here. Some more of these feather stars. Pretty consistent for what we've been seeing the last hour or so.
Can you zoom that thing back to 2 boxes? I don't know why it has a mind of its own. I mean, I can judge 1 box, but I just have to look at it for 300 milliseconds longer for my reptile brain to do a few more loops.
Water temperature is a lot warmer here on this dive than at this depth than we have the last couple of days when we were down deep. We're 4.5 degrees Celsius, and we were down in the 2.2 degrees or so at 3,000 meters, 70 miles northeast of here.
There's a shout out from NA165 participant saying, great job team with the live stream during the ROV dives and praying for a safe and fun expedition.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hope you all had fun on your expedition.
Where was NA165?
I believe American Samoa?
Yeah. Is that another Oreo
Little
fish?
fish.
Push in just a bit, Amber.
Really
Is that a
interesting.
purple coral?
That is.
That's good, thanks.
Yep, looks like probably a Victicorgia with an Oreo hiding behind it.
Yeah, Ken Sulek's comment earlier has got me frantically searching for diet studies of these Oreo fish.
Oh, it can swim backwards. Is it?
Yep.
Ah, or the currents
Instacart.
pushing
okay.
it.
Yeah, it's just not going forward.
So Ken, if you're still online and you have any papers, please send. I should have said that an hour ago.
Bridge nav, add another 20 meters, 040.
So what I really wish we had right now is an AUV that I could, low-level photogrammetry the entire top of this thing and figure out at what depths and what kind of patterns around this little, summit feature, and see how the density changes in kind of pretty fine detail.
I know where you can rent one,
Wow, I'm
and the operator.
sure I can think of a couple places. But I have to get write a whole bunch of proposals and get someone to give me $1 million. And,
Not even $1 million.
well, I got to get ship time too.
The navigator that's out with Ropos right now is a commercial surveyor, and he's usually doing AUVs. Runs an outfit there in the Gulf of Mexico. Proper Cajun guy.
Oh, that's a really
nice
bright
guy.
red or
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah, that Percingid is particularly brightly colored.
What seems to be in focus there, or it's just the foreground that's in focus?
Nah, it's,
It's hooped?
yeah,
Roger. I'm over it.
chooched.
I'm over it. Either we fix it or we put Turbocam back on there. We have 2 other cameras to...
Yeah, I much prefer Thermocam.
Oh, watch out, Spall.
Yeah, but you don't get a preview out of Turbocam, but you actually get pictures. It's a
Yep.
still cam, right?
Yep.
We don't care about the preview.
I am
It's good enough preview to frame up the shots.
quite intrigued by the coloration of the seafloor and don't really understand what's going on here.
You want to take a scoop? Could be manganese nodules.
No, it's definitely not that.
Oh, well, you guys always
It
say
looks
that.
green.
I just like scooping.
We'll find you a critter to scoop.
I like scooping rocks in mud, too.
Well, sometimes there's critters in there.
Actually, Jaden would show you what a ruggedized fish scoop looks. It's a piece of Schedule 40 6-inch PVC and the jaws fit around it. You just grab it like a backhoe. A lot of fun. More fun than rocks. Well, it's right up there with rocks. I'm getting kind of far away. Here going 040.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
All right.
And in a moment, whenever you're in a good, nice, stable position, we'd like to fire a Niskin, please, at 1,000 meters.
Roger.
I think we're doing it at 800.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's 800 instead? And
Yeah, I think they already did 1,000. There's like
Oh.
a check mark here, but
well, we
Yeah.
haven't gotten to 1,000. What's the sample log? How many Niskins have been fired?
2.
Okay.
We have 2 Niskin fired at the bottom, 1,003, and a high biodiverse area at 1162 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, so they just discussed
Oh, so
800
do
meters.
that at 800 instead. Okay.
Okay.
Never mind. I stand
I'll have
corrected.
to tilt down, Jaden. I'm coming right in front of you here.
Copy.
Is that all coral rubble in there?
I think it might be.
Wow.
You want a closer look?
I would, yes.
Roger. Go ahead, Emmer. Push in there a bit.
Yeah, that's all madrepora rubble. Interesting. All right, thank you.
Moving on.
Oh, that's a big sea star
Yep.
there.
We're going to take a quick
Quick
look
zoom
at
on
that.
that.
Sea star, sea star, sea star.
Sea star on sponge.
Oh, yeah. The tilt down a bit for me, Jade.
Copy.
You can square up the camera. That'd be great. Pan right. Okay, Emmer, push in a bit.
That's a big star.
Tilt down, Jade. Beauty, right there.
This is not your typical goniasterid you'd find climbing up on one of these corals or sponges. Interesting.
All right, I'm good. Thank you.
Right. Okay, tilt. When Amber zoomed out, you tilt back up just so the bottom of the porch is. Yeah.
So we're at waypoint 3.5.
Okay,
So off, start moving to 4, or?
sure.
All right.
Or let's see, what time? Let's see, we got a 30, 40. How about we take it another, what is that, 40 meters or so by my guessing to the point of that steepest section? We continue to parallel the
Like
contour to
right
like
around
right
here?
there. Yeah.
All right.
Why don't we?
Well, we can do that. 50 meters.
50 meters? Yeah. Why don't we do
You,
one?
you
one?
ready for that, Dan?
Roger.
50 meters. 052.
Tilt up a bit. Atalanta.
Copy.
Another fish there above us.
Another Oreo, just about to come into frame. Poof, yes, I'm psychic. You got any sense of how the current's changed at all, Dan?
No, hard to say while we're on the
Okay.
move.
Yep.
I can let go of it for a minute here and see if I can find something to look at.
Strong upwelling. Looks like all the life's on the top of this boulder.
Tilt up just a bit for me.
On Herc.
Yep. Good, thanks.
Could zoom on this sea star maybe,
Yeah.
if you have a chance.
Go ahead, Amber. Push in a bit just for me while I get closer.
Look at all the stuff living on this old stock. So many different things, so many different pieces of, or types of living animal all
Yeah.
cohabitating.
Just this, the vertical real estate is priceless.
All right, do you
Alright.
want me to go any more in?
That's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
This
just gonna
boulder is already pretty high up relative to the
let go of
seafloor,
it for a
but
minute.
looks
Looks
like-
like the current is pushing me this way.
oh,
Pushing you to the south. Interesting.
Looks like it, yeah.
Maybe southeast. That is definitely not what I would have expected.
Assuming that's not telegraphed by the tether and Atalanta moving. It's just hard to really tell when we're moving. You get fooled.
One more reason to have upward-looking ADCP, DVL or ADCP on the vehicle.
Yeah. Bring one with you next time. I'll put it on for you.
If we have that, though, we need good nav. That means we need that INS.
You should bring one of those too. Come on, carry on.
if you give a mouse a cookie.
What's wrong with your INS?
It's not good. And I'm not allowed to change the settings on it to what I
What?
desire.
Why not?
Waters.
We've got a couple of Canthagorgias here.
He's not
It's
here.
been a little while since we've seen those. We saw a bunch of them earlier in the dive, but now we're back into them again. Morgan's Spragadrella, another big Chrysogorgia. Primnoid tucked in there. Madrepora, lots of stuff.
Remind me we'll work on Josh while he's here because we fly around, you know, I rarely use the autos.
Yeah.
So we don't, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd like, yeah, I'd like, because it's only spitting out text format, which is kind of ridiculous if you're trying to do high data rate stuff.
Yeah, it should be Victor, whatever,
Yeah, like, well, they have their X blue, whatever,
Yeah.
binary, standard binary, whatever, which works pretty good. But the problem is that would, I don't know, unless it has multiple outputs, that could be a problem.
It does.
Oh, well, there you go.
Whether they're wired or not,
Yeah, that's
I'd
the other
have to
thing.
look at the drawing. I know we have the, yeah, I know you could just poke it and change it like right now. We have at
Because
least,
in theory, we could send the DVL right into it, too, which would be good.
yeah. I think, Bob's where he is, we would. He might be, have you talked to him after we replaced our original one? We have the
No, I haven't.
the only other one on the
I haven't
planet.
messed with it in a while.
So we have
There's
another slightly newer one, still circa 2000-ish, but they only
You
made
know-
a couple of the 6,000 meter ones.
I found a magic third one.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the closet at USF. Jaden can go acquire it for you if you like.
Yeah. Okay, I la-di-da too long there. Pulling Jaden around. You can come down 8 meters, Jaden.
Come down 8.
Yeah, you got 25 under your...
Jaden's learned about Delta Dan today.
Yeah, I forgot we don't have that miserably long tether on us anymore. So.
Ooh,
Zoom
what's going
this,
on
please.
here?
Density City.
Wow. The ship move is done. You might move a little bit more. I don't know if you...
Why
Wow.
don't you put Atalanta on top of us now?
So that looks like
Well, I just got where I wanted to go.
Dendritic
Yeah, but then we're going to go off
sponge.
somewhere else, so we
Yeah.
might be here for a
You can
minute.
tell it's sort
All
of,
right.
there's a bunch of dead sponge on the inside of the mass and a live sponge on the outside.
Bridge now.
Lots
25
of
meters,
3D habitat
270.
Yeah, and all the brittle stars living inside
Look
of it.
away
Super
for
cool.
a minute, Jaden. Look east.
Affirmative.
Okay.
You'll get relief in a minute.
Gonna do the Cormany look away.
Tail to tail, baby.
Yeah, can we zoom deep into this bush of sponges here?
Yeah.
I
Give
see
me a
some
second.
shrimp, brittle stars, squat lobster.
If you need to move, you can, we've got what we need to.
No, he's moving the ship towards me a little bit, or tail to tail. Which actually helps to stabilize me for what Amber's about to do now. Okay, Amber, you can full zoom there.
Copy full zoom.
Unfortunately, I can't look at it. I gotta look at my other camera or I'll get lost.
All right,
Sorry about
that's
it.
fine.
It's jerky because
Yep.
I'm towing Atalanta.
All good.
Understood. I think we got enough. Thank you.
We are moving that way if you want some beauty shots. Just be a few minutes. That was the last of the move to. What's the next waypoint,
All
Barry?
right, I can. We've already passed it. We're going to the maximum steepness. I can hold here if we're done.
Which way? Which way is the maximum steepness?
It's due east from you.
Roger.
Sako is asking
No,
if
that's
we
fine.
should
Are you happy with this?
Sponge?
Brian, you don't want
Sponge?
any more stuff here?
I think we're on the move.
Well, we're moving towards this, so if you want to
Oh,
do it, you're in a
coming
good position.
towards here. Okay, then
Yeah.
yes, I'd like to collect the sponge, please.
All right.
So we can look around while we're waiting for Atalanta
Yep.
to get over us.
Do you
Why is
want me to come up? There's a red wall to the southwest.
No, not yet. You're moving just to the west. Should be okay.
Okay.
You see the cliff in your tail camera, but you can see your aft camera there?
Yep.
Or tail to tail, and you can see Herc straight aft of you. There's no cliff between us and Herc, and we're moving west. See if I can come down and perch on something while we're waiting. I don't think so. I think it's sticking out too far.
That lower stuff just below the left laser is the same stuff, if that's easier to get there.
No, I'll have to spin around and get into the side of the hill there, I think. Okay, it's really hard to reach up to get anything. What are we going to do with it? Slurp it or put it in
Yeah,
the
snip
big
it,
box?
slurp. That should be, I think that'll be soft enough to slurp.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Jeff, if you're listening, you're not going to have any sampling containers left.
Can you run the porch all the way out for me?
Any possible
Copy.
ID on this sponge?
Can you look through the guide? I don't have a clue off the top of my head.
I'm not sure. You know,
I know I've seen
a
something like
fish-
this once or twice, but
fish could
I don't
probably
remember
share
what I
a
call
slurp
it.
jar with a sponge.
unless you got a spongivorous fish.
Well, that would be a new discovery. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, good for full zone.
I've seen something similar to this in the Central Pacific, but I don't have a clue what I remember what I ended up calling it.
When you get enough slack there, Jaden, you can come up really easy, a couple meters and spin around. Spin around whichever way, you're not going to get tangled up.
Copy.
Probably the shortest way. I can't, I'm not sure which way is the best. Maybe wait till we're a little closer for you.
We're thinking this is definitely a glass sponge, right? Because of these sort of spicule-looking spikes coming off of it. Could it be a demo sponge? Because I found a branchy one. It's not quite the same.
No. We've got our images, so whenever you're ready to grab, go for it.
Yeah, I'm getting my
Okay.
Sure.
Slurp
Asako
out now.
thinks also maybe demo sponge.
Okay, Amber, go wait for a
Poecilosclerida,
sec for me.
possibly.
Tilt down a bit, Jaden.
Copy.
More.
You're
Good.
probably
okay.
going to have to cut it before you suck it.
Really?
Yeah.
Zoom in there. And let's turn the slurp on. I'm here. I'll turn. See if that
Turn it on.
yeah.
That's breaking.
much do you want there, Brian?
Since it's sucking right over the top, I can't see how much is in the... I think that should probably be good if you can get what's already broken to...
Yeah, I had to just do a smear against the rock here to
Yep.
push it in.
Great.
That's
Thank
enough.
you very much. Yep, that should be enough.
Should be able to spin around now, dude. If I get in trouble, I can run away. Do you want to see anything else while we're in tight here?
I don't think so. I think we got a good look at what everything that looked different.
Can we quick zoom on that shrimp there? Looks like pneumatic arsinus, but it's a little bit different.
Roger.
It's a
Go
bit
ahead,
less
Rich.
bright red. Interesting. Yeah, that might be a different species than some of the ones we saw previously that were that deep red color. All right, thanks. That's a good zoom.
Okay, you can go wide. Huh? Spastic crab. Sorry, sometimes I crack myself up. Uncontrolled manipulator movement. Okay, Chris, where are we supposed to be going?
Now we're going up to waypoint 4.
I have no idea where that is. I'm more of a northeast,
It's right there.
southwest. Huh?
It's right there, see? Waypoint 4.
North?
Yeah,
Jade, you can pull the
340.
porch in. Pull the porch in, please.
Okay.
340, roger.
Oh, what sample number was that?
That is sample 89.
Okay.
Getting back into a higher aggregation of these yellowy corals.
If Brian's happy to move, I'm happy to move.
I'm happy. Since I can't pick up anything else.
More sample boxes.
Coral quivers.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you ready to move the ship?
Yeah.
Bridge nav, 40 meters, 340.
Do you have a design for them or a drawing?
Drawing? No, not. I don't have one, but it's there isn't. I mean, it's basically a 4-inch PVC pipe, a rubber stopper, and a metal loop, and a milk crate. Or CAD program and a really nice 3D printer. That feels like a lot of print time for what you can pick up at Home Depot. No.
I don't know. It might take a little while to get to Home Depot.
Well, okay, fine. But I could do a prototype, but
Trip to the superstore.
if we come up with something you like, we have Ruben, the same guy that built the the frame designed and built the frame well, designed and had built the frame. He's doing a lot of high quality 3D prints for the man subs, and he's got an outfit in the UK somewhere. He's printing ASA, and they're beautiful prints. So some of his like core tube holders, they look like a milk crate.
Yeah.
But I'll show you some pictures of them later. Super.
Well, this is a cool
nice
rock.
stuff.
It's still mostly the same stuff we've been seeing, but really awesome, super dense aggregation here. As we're starting to move back up. So we're actually a little shallower than we've been at any other point, but we're once again approaching the top, and the density seems to be picking up again. So we're at 983 meters right now. Can we look at this group right here?
Sure.
Yes. This is kind of ridiculous aggregation. It looks like Madrepora, what we're normally calling Swiftia, all living on a sponge with a bunch of wearing a crinoids as hat.
That one's going to stick, Brian. Ridiculous aggregation.
I don't think it's as bad as bait attending fauna from
Yeah.
Harold here the other
That's
day.
a pretty bad one, yeah.
All right, I'm good, thanks.
Roger.
It always cracks me up that we refer to all these animals as associates. Makes me think that they're a part of a law firm or something.
Some more of that sponge we just collected over there.
Go sweep by the trio of squatties here. Can you tilt down just a little for me?
Copy.
Got a whole lot of squat lobsters up here.
Yeah, current's still pushing me to the south pretty good. If I let go of it, I immediately slide back. So, habit before I get in close, let go for a second, see which way rapidly. So I know my escape, or if I get too close, I just let go and it moves away. I don't have to thrust, which would blow the sponge or all the, wouldn't be pretty.
Are these squat lobsters?
Yep, these are 3 squat lobsters.
How big can they get?
The one Dan was chasing the other day was on the
biggest?
biggest side,
Okay.
just about the biggest I've ever seen.
Is that the same species as these? Or
No,
different
no,
colors?
not even,
Okay.
not even in the same family. But yeah, they're generally on the small side.
Yeah, so these are chrysostylиds, do you think?
No.
Or what's the other family?
I think these are probably
I feel like I'm still
Bridge nav, another
those
step.
Lobsters. The white one yesterday was a
I think they're
Galathid.
I think these are probably Munopsid.
Unopsids.
Or do you just want to hang out, Dan, for the watch change?
No, the ones yesterday was announced. These are probably
Yeah, it's nice to
immunity.
not have the
Units.
boat moving.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just
Bridge,
units.
bridge nav, let's hold position.
Especially if we got to discuss anything technical, it makes
Right.
it, especially the dense area.
Okay. Yeah, well, we still got a bit of swing, so that'll give us somewhere to go in the next 5 minutes, but
Perfect. I could sit there and look at squatties for hours.
Chase him around with a net again.
I see Outreach has got a hold of my epic fail, lobster epic fail, and I get to watch it again and again. Eating breakfast, and there it is again.
Actually, the kids really liked that video of a
Oh.
squat lobster with a net.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids and nets, right?
Well, Dan, we share in that failure as the partial designer of the net.
Yeah. Takes a team to succeed or fail.
Yep.
What was it? Used to be, I don't know, one of the major networks, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. I would always show that before the sports.
Can we check out all the stuff living on this coral, please?
Sure.
Oh, here's kind of a cool example. Maybe you'll see it in a better, but it's that the coral we're headed for, the yellow coral in the top left, is a acanthogorgid. And you can kind of see, and I think you'll be able to see much better here, how it has grown. It's shaped around in a way that kind of leave a cutout for the sponge when it's moving back and forth, I think. Could be wrong. We'll see here in a second.
Just a bit for me.
Copy.
I got to come up the hill here a bit, so I got to tilt down to look.
Yeah, so it's growing in such a way that it's
Oh, wow.
growing around the sponge, not necessarily over it.
Yeah. See it in the still cam. It's like perfect cookie cutter match.
One of the really cool things I've seen, mainly with hemicorallium, is hemicorallium will find this little notch in between two rocks and then leave like half a centimeter of space around the rock and perfectly grow into cover to block the entire flow through, but not actually touch the rock with its skeleton. It looks like someone just built a grate across the crack between the rocks. So can we look at some of the brittle stars, please?
Sure, go ahead, Amber. You'll have to move the camera to look at one of those brittle stars, dude. I got my hands full, I don't want to lock it.
Looks like it's got some zoanthid overgrowing it there as well. Okay, and then there's another, I want to look at the purple coral outer frame top left.
Alright.
And it looks like we have a tether wrap.
Yeah, we do. Thank you.
Little surprise for Gabby.
No, I'll take it back out. I walked around the rock there. Okay, push in there, please. Tilt up.
Copy.
Victor Gorgio. It's interesting, we see these adults, but around them there's also a lot of tiny little recruits.
And are those Victor Gorgio or those stoloniferous corals?
Well, this looks like Victor
zoom
Gorgio,
right in there for a second, Amber.
but
The small recruits.
you can see
Is it going more?
another
Yeah, go
purple
full
in
in.
there.
Fill the screen with purple.
Yep.
Whoa.
So pretty.
Really pops when we get that final, if we're close enough.
All right, science is happy.
Roger. Okay, you can go wide, and I'm gonna get untangled here for watch change. Get out ahead.
All right, so we got
The
a watch
next
change.
move, Chris, is going to be still to the north.
Yep.
Right.
Thank you for hanging out with the 4 to 8 watch. All right, testing.
Okay.
Hello. What's the scene? Where are we headed? How are we going to get there?
We are close to waypoint 4,
Okay.
and looks like we want to be heading about 340.
Okay. From what I can tell, we've been going everywhere quite slowly, just due to the lookingfulness.
Yeah. Small moves, slow moves.
Okay, just looking at everything.
Yeah.
Roger. Ooh, there's a really nice fish.
We should definitely look at that. That's a perfect start.
Go for zoom video. Sorry, I'm not set up to fly yet.
Okay, that's one of the Oreos, Neositis.
Oreos?
Oreos,
Neositis?
yes. The genus is Neositis, and the family is Oreosomatidae. So the nickname for the fishes in this family are Oreos.
Oreos.
That's one you can actually remember.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and turn off each of the valve packs in turn, and then both of them. This is just to check to see if there's other grounds happening. Okay. Okay, and then the other one, so you gotta do them each individually and then both together. It's in relay isolation. Go for it. They have just about the same ground on them. I wonder where they're hooked together. Yep.
I kind of like your heading right now for Herc.
Thanks.
Let's use that one.
Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. Vehicle looks like it's very healthy. Yeah, okay. You can turn him back on.
Pilots, are you still wanting to stick here, or do you want to move?
That is up to Science. Science, do you want to keep working here for a bit longer, or do you want to take off?
Well, it seems that, in speaking with Brian and Harold, that they have collected a lot of corals and sponges. So I don't know how much of that we're going to do. Would still really love to get to the summit. Derek, I'm guessing that's less than 500 meters away.
It's quite a ways.
Oh, I see. We're not all the way through all the waypoints that we're going to go to.
No, we're at 4 almost.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So that's, if we beelined it there, that's still over 1,000 meters.
Oh, wow. Okay. We have not made it very far on this dive. I think we're going to try to cover a little more distance. I would like to try to get to the base of the main seamount to see how that differs from where we are now.
Yep. So like waypoint 6. Looks like.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. That would require us moving pretty good clip, obviously. So we can start doing a little faster moves and just kind of not stopping as much.
I'm not averse to stopping, but probably not as moving as slowly as last shift.
Okay.
They seem to have done the lion's share of what needed to be done for collecting, so I think we can just do some more observing along the way.
Okay. Question, where have they been putting a lot of their samples? Have they filled up the suction jars?
We have 2 Slurp containers that are open, but they both have lots of sediment in them, so they'd be fine for some things. And then one of the starboard bio boxes, the large one, is still available.
But all the small starboard bio boxes are done?
All of them have something in them.
Cool, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not sure what's in them, but...
Sweet. So it sounds like the verdict is, let's move.
All right, how about 30 meters bearing 350 at 0.3 knots.
That sounds great. Rye, how do you feel about taking 350 as I start moving? Oh, I think he probably did that for drama. Yeah, it just looks a little fuzzier. Oh, maybe he did it for Viz. That's fine for now.
Do you want to get out in front first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, there's some current. That is what's happening.
Looks like you need a reset when you're ready.
Okay, I'll take it. I'm not in autos.
That jumped you up there.
Okay, awesome, thank you. This is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's stunning.
It is incredible.
Okay.
You good for the move?
Yeah, go for it.
Bridge nav. Could we please do 30 meters bearing 350 at 0.3 knots? Thank you.
And I'll be going as fast as I need to go to keep up with the ship. So if you want zooms, that won't slow us down.
Okay.
Or it doesn't have to slow us down. I can let you know if it's going to.
Okay, that sounds good.
Because it would be a shame to not look at all this wonderful stuff.
It would.
Video, can you just zoom? Can you just like push
Gabby's
halfway
taking
in?
over.
Can you just like, yeah, okay. This is great. Because I can't fly too much lower, but I want to look at it, all of it.
It's crazy, all those farreid sponges and so many crinoids and this coral has passed and crumbled.
Yep.
And it's already being taken over. Look at everything growing on it. Zoanthids, little Swiftia corals, crinoids still all over it, sponges.
You can push in further.
Is this one of the stars? Sea stars?
Yeah, these
The-
red ones at the top are Brisingid sea
Yeah.
stars.
And they're facing the current right now.
Yep.
There is some live madrepora
Okay.
there.
Go back out to
Madrepora?
resume.
Yeah, Steve
Yeah.
said.
Why is our lower WCA camera so dark?
It's struggling, is the answer.
Okay. It's a bummer. It's my favorite one.
It's a good one. I can try and... Okay, video, can you go wide? Yeah, it's gonna need surgery.
It's that big one in the middle there.
It's a chrysogorgid of
Go for zoom.
some kind.
Crab on that, or squall lobster maybe.
Wow. Yeah, it's incredible.
That is
Yeah.
impressive.
Okay, I know we're excited to see this garden of beautiful sponges and corals and fishes.
Okay, go wide.
Are you ready for introduction
Sure.
I am.
for our viewers?
Sure thing.
Okay, awesome. So, for those of you just tuning
Oh,
in,
fish on the right
fish
side.
where?
Fish
right
right.
side, it's about to go out of frame.
Oh, well,
Okay, pause.
Underneath the large
this?
coral.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Might be another Oreo.
Go
Or
for zoom.
2 Oreos.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Is it?
It's a battle.
Yeah.
Face off.
Look at them.
Oh my gosh,
They
what's
are.
happening?
It looks like they're facing off.
Okay, let's just watch these guys for a minute.
Okay, let me...